Maybe we have all been there, sitting down with the best intentions. Then you find yourself raking through TikTok for 3 hours or lying in front of Netflix. You get pissed off. I didn't even enjoy it. I was constantly fretting in the back of my mind. I should be working right now. But why do we keep doing ourselves down in this way? Spoiler, this isn't laziness. It's more simplified, deeper, and frankly, that's a little embarrassing. But stay tuned today when we will identify why you procrastinate and hand clear steps for finally weathering it. Why do we procrastinate? Let's cut to the chase. There's no laziness involved in putting off what you should do. Rather, it's a fear of discomfort. Discomfort is something your brain can't stand. So when a task seems too hard or too boring, or even just too big for the mind to grasp, your brain jumps back and shakes its head. Instead, it wants quick fixes of dopamine, scrolling, gaming, or cleaning the room you just tidied an hour ago. But here's the sting. That instant relief doesn't last long and soon fades, leaving you even more tense and further behind in your work. Here are some common procrastinating excuses. I'll do it tomorrow. My performance is better under stress. Sound familiar? We've all told ourselves these consoling lies at one time or another, but deep down, you know they're just an excuse. Tomorrow never comes magically. Before you know it, you're anxiously trying to complete that project at 3 in the morning with your head practically spinning. Trust me, you don't perform better under pressure, you just perform desperately. Waiting around does not simplify a task. It eats up the time you have available, cranks your anxiety level higher, and gradually leads to sheepskin, low-quality work. It's a form of dumb strategy that's really nothing more than self-sabotage. Out of all the reasons you may procrastinate, however, the most acute is fear of failure. We may tell ourselves we lack the initial commitment of actually doing something. Sometimes this is as low as we do not, because God forbid we will are. In our minds, we sink so low as to imagine we will fail catastrophically and be the laughingstock of everybody, so that we have no choice but to take no action whatsoever. But paradoxically, the longer it waits, the larger and more terrible the task looms in your mind. Newsflash: failure is not something to be scared of. It is a natural and essential part of growth and learning. The most important thing is starting early. Here's a brutal honesty. The most difficult thing is always simply to make a start. But think about it, has starting ever really been as bad as you feared? Probably not. Next time, promise yourself that you'll just work for 5 or 10 minutes. Make a deal with yourself. Seriously, time yourself. Most of the time you'll think it's not that hard. That small step over it breaks the block in your mind, and you see results soon, effectively killing procrastination. Most undoubtedly, you'll find yourself wilting and barely able to stand. Hesitation is an iron chain that you wrap around yourself. Here are some helpful strategies. First, use eat the frog to do what is hardest first. Do your colossus of a task right away, and everything else seems easy. Secondly, ditch multitasking. It may seem efficient, but your brain just isn't built for it. All multitasking does is exhaust your mental candle faster. Focus laser-like on one task at a time and you will see immediate results. Next, let your surroundings work for you. Have you ever tried working in a room that is a mess? It is a disaster waiting to happen. Clean up your workspace and clear your head. Remove distractions, turn off your phone, close down all unnecessary tabs, and set up your workspace specifically for productivity. Trust me, your environment matters more than you think, and build systems to make success easier finally. If you want financial stability, why not automate your savings? Plan your workouts and meal prep ahead of time as part of a better commitment to total fitness. If you aim for better marks by doing daily study intervals, then so it is with everything else in life. From diet and exercise to quitting smoking, even things like stopping for pedestrians at zebra crossings, where there might be some kind of danger, if not death involved, are really little more than skilled habit-forming rituals or routines. Make doing right what feels normal. For real, overcoming procrastination isn't something you accomplish in one big leap, but rather through a series of small, daily steps. It's about getting small things done daily, no matter how you feel. Stop relying on motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline and routines are the things that really bring change. Next, energy management matters too. Have you ever noticed that there are times when you have boundless energy, and at other times simply can't tie your shoes? Learn your patterns with energy. If the most difficult tasks go down more easily during natural peak periods of attention than at restful times, for example, then why not leave easier ones for when one's out of shape? Energy management is more valuable than time management left aside. This is another key point. Naps aren't an option, they're essential. What you may find surprising is that relaxation can also beat procrastination. Your brain needs sleep and rest. Neglecting these makes putting things off harder than ever, because when you're tired, everything seems difficult. Regular breaks and good rest ought to be your first goalsa. Sound bottom line for the productive life. Last step. Taking action is better than finding motivation every time. Don't wait for motivation. It won't be there. When you get going, even if it's without motivation, you will build momentum and naturally find yourself motivated. The action itself produces motivation, which may sound contradictory, but is actually true. Not only does action create motivation, like in all these cases so far, but also the reverse of them. Nobody will pull you out of procrastination. It is yours and yours alone to have a breakthrough in this fight. Not a minute of lost time means another step away from the life you really want. So what's going to happen today? Will you fritter away even more hours scrolling through meaningless blog posts? Or will this be a day when you stop being controlled by others and begin reclaiming command of your own destiny? Your decisions see to it that it counts.